Welcome back to Living Local. Variety calls Stop Kiss a poignant and funny play about the ways both sudden and slow that lives can change. And joining us in the studio is Jaren Michelle and Drew Dekeyrel, two of the stars of the show Stop Kiss, which is now playing at Playcrafters. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. So Jaren, let's talk first with you. You know, this show has been on my radar for years, but it may not be on everybody's. So can you give us kind of the overview of what Stop Kiss is all about?
Yeah, so classic girl meets girl. Both girls very cute, fall in love, and in the middle of their sort of love story blossoming and beginning to bloom, they become victims of a hate crime. Unfortunately, all too real for many people in the queer community. It's not your typical boy meets girl. It's way more complicated than that. But through this sort of series of non-linear vignettes that you sort of move back and forward in past and present, you get to sort of see their love story blossom and see them get to know each other and get to know themselves a little bit better, and then see how they move through this tragedy together. And it's very beautiful.
I was thrilled that Playcrafters put it on their season because it's been something that I've been hoping somebody would do, and it was on my radar, and then you guys beat me to it, so congratulations. So Drew, let's talk about the process and how that's been for you.
I mean, fun.
As fun as it can be, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, the rehearsal, I don't think there's ever been a bad rehearsal. Yeah. It's all just been forward momentum. I mean, we advertised at Pride for the show. It was pretty fun there, too.
Yeah. And Jaren, this story is important to tell, especially during Pride Month. And why do you think it will resonate, with audiences?
It is, one thing I love about it is that it is queer tragedy, but it is also queer joy. And I feel like so much of you don't get a whole lot of that middle ground where you get to see, queer people just being normal people like we are,
unfortunately, yes.
This is not your typical, the white effeminate gay man, sort of.
Yeah, we don't need any more of those.
Exactly. That it is not your typical representation. It is, these characters are so very real and so very relatable and lovable. You're going to love them. And it's a very good balance between this is our real lives and this is a very fortunately real reality that we also have to deal with. But we also experience joy and we love who we are. And unfortunately, not everyone loves us for who we are, and that's also very real. So it's a very wonderful, lovely middle ground that you don't get to see very often.
And Drew, do you think the Playcrafters audiences will embrace this story?
I mean, as Jaren said, it's a very real story. I mean, with recent events, we've seen hate crimes kind of still be prevalent. So I think it's a very relevant and relatable story to some people, but especially relevant in this day and age.
Yeah, and so audiences should support a show like this, right, Jaren? Because if we don't, then they may not be done again. And, why is it important that the Playcrafters audiences and the Quad City audiences in general embrace this show?
Well, like I said, it is very rare for, actors like us to get to play queer characters at all, and much less queer characters that, like I said, are actually quite representative of who we are as real people. And just anything in community theater, we can't do it without our audiences. We can't do it without each other. And in order for us to be able to tell our stories in a way that, like I said, is accurate representation, that is us telling our stories in a way that we choose to tell them and that we get to sort of control the narrative, and in a way that's not just, it's not catering to straight people, it's not, just trying to, make people feel good about us. It's, it's us telling our story on our terms, and that's something that we don't get to do very often.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. Drew, give us the details and how people can get tickets, because everyone should be.
So, playcrafters.com. You can just look up Playcrafters Barn Theater, and then you can go to the website. There will be tickets and times on there.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much, Jaren, Drew. Thanks so much for coming in. It always goes by so quickly, and I wish I could talk to you forever, but this is how it goes, right? So thank you again. And for more information, you can visit playcrafters.com. We'll have all those details posted in our quadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.